The Atlantic's top editor, this is a remarkable story, says he was added to a text group where US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth shared detailed plans for bombing Houthi militants. So to the Middle East. Jeffrey Goldberg says he received a connection request via the encrypted messaging service Signal from National Security Advisor Michael Waltz. The White House spokesperson says the report appears to be authentic and they're reviewing how the journalist was added to the conversation. Ros, if this report is authentic, and this comes from a journalist with deep, of course, experience and someone who's well respected within the industry, it presumably raises some pretty serious questions. The writing, the reporting around this is remarkable.
Well, that's right. And the White House seemingly acknowledging that this did happen, that he was privy to very sensitive, high-level operational information about the plans to bomb the Houthis in Yemen. And also a lot of the conversation reportedly between very, very senior officials in the US administration, where they're talking very candidly, they're using a lot of emojis, and they're talking again quite critically about Europe. So apparently using, talking about freeloading by Europe, having to bail Europe out again by bombing the Houthis single-handedly, whereas we know that for many, many months, these operations to police the Red Sea, to target the Houthis in Yemen, have been combined operations involving often the UK, France, and many other countries. So this has not just been the US going it alone, but it shows again to Europe, if they really needed to hear that message, that the US is seeing Europe in a very different light these days. It's not talking about allies and working together. This is becoming an increasingly adversarial relationship, including in the security and the geopolitical space, and that Europe has to get its own act together when it comes to defence and self-reliance in that regard. So some quite critical comments from Europe that were made apparently in that chat. And again, the key question is around intelligence sharing. If this is something that could happen with very, very sensitive information, can you rely on the security of whatever you're sharing with the US? Because a lot of countries do that. And so there might be some fresh questions around how much intelligence they're able to share. I mean, they're all reliant on each other, so they probably won't stop entirely, but that will raise questions, I'm sure, on the halls of power in Europe today.